Alright guys, Hayzink here, welcome back to the channel for another Disgaearpg and yet another Disgaearpg 7 Deadly Sins collab character showcase. That was a lot of words when I could have just said character showcase, but here we go. So obviously, as you guys know, we are running through the 7 Deadly Sins initial summonable characters, okay? I am going to be showcasing all of the characters that you can see here. I'm going to do them in order of which ones I think is worst to best when it comes to summoning. So the last summonable unit I do will be, I'll spoil it now, it's going to be Meliodas, and then after that I'll show you Gopher, who's obviously the free to play character, okay? But for now, we're going to go and look at who I think is unfortunately being dubbed right now the second worst character that you can summon, but he's not a bad character by any stretch of the imagination. It's just I think the other two are better than him. But this character is a good unit, and we are going to talk about this man right here. We're going to talk about Ban, who is the Fox Sin of Greed, and he is probably Meliodas' best friend. But yeah, let's go and talk about the Undying Ban, and we will talk about his skills, his abilities, and what he does, okay? Now, Ban is a fist wielding unit, so get your level rank 40 weapons out, get your rank 40 fists out, and this guy is going to be doing some damage with some good speed, because obviously fist users tend to be quite fast. Now, again, much like the other Sins characters, he has been buffed. However, personally, I don't feel like I should be talking about the characters in their buffed state, as it's going to be about a year before they actually get the buffs applied to them. So closer to the time we can talk about what buffs that you can expect. But right now, you're summoning for what these characters are going to be like to use today, not what they're going to be like to use in 1 year's time. So I'm not going to focus on the buffs, I'm simply going to talk to you about what the character will be like when you summon them right now. Okay, so let's start off by talking about Ban's evilities. First of all, his any 0 or his leader skill is party speed plus 5%. So everyone in your party is going to get a speed buff of 5% when you've got Ban on there. Obviously, if you're someone who pulled dupes of Ban and you decided to run more than one of him, you could use him for some speed cheese methods, as 2 of this man is going to give your team plus 10% speed, okay? Now, his any 1 is you're not going anywhere. At the beginning of turn, basic parameters other than your own HP plus 7% for 3 turns, okay? So basically, at the start of turn, he's going to give 7% of everything apart from HP and speed, okay? And that's to himself. Now, is any 7... No, sorry, when I talk about his any 7, he's any 5. My brain just went poof. His any 5 is called Immortal Body. At the beginning of turn, recover your own HP by 12%. So he's going to give himself a 12% buff to HP. I should also note, sorry, his any 1 has got a 3 turn restriction to it as well. So he'll give himself 7% for 3 turns, and that's got a 3 turn restriction. And it does stack 3 times, so it can, do you know what I mean? It can go up to a half decent number. It will go up to 21%. His any 7 is when you're equipped with a fist weapon, attack and defense plus 27%. More than likely you're going to use a fist on this guy anyway, so you're going to see those numbers, you're going to see those buffs happening pretty much every time you use this guy, okay? So, talking about his abilities, I like his abilities. I think they are decent. You could use Ban for some strategies that allow you to cheese certain things with speed, like I kind of touched on as I was going through his skills there. I think Ban is an interesting character. I do like him. He's one of my favourite characters in the show, but when it comes down to his abilities in games, he's definitely going to have some use on your team builds. Now, moving on, we're going to talk about his actual skills, and I do have this guy at any 3, so you will get to see all of these skills right now. First skill is called Snatch, and it's now let's get started. It's single buff to your team. Any team member you select will get plus 15 up to 30% speed. and any enemy that you target will get his buff effects halved. Okay, so buff for your team, debuff for the enemy team. Okay, his next skill unlocks at level 200 and it's called Body Hunt, and it is attack plus 30%. Okay, he will get attack plus 30%, and he will also do single target damage, which is E rank rising to D rank, and he will also cancel enemy buffs. Okay, so again, he will buff himself to 30%, and he will also cancel out enemy buffs. Okay, so yeah, pretty decent there. I mean, I quite like that, I'm not going to lie. I do think that is quite decent. He also has an NE3, which is called Banishing Kill. It is an AoE. It does C to B rank damage. You cannot beat me, I am immortal. And it will be an enemy debuff of 12%. Okay, so he gets an enemy debuff of defense down by 12%, and the SP cost on that one is quite high. It's 90, reducing down to 74. I mean, his skills are quite good. I mean, again, I'm not going to talk about what they're like when they get buffed. They do get a lot better, but out the box just now, his skills are quite good. And I've said this before, characters who have things like buffing attack built into their natural kit are useful, because later down the line you start to take on things like Gate, where you're not allowed to use things like Braveheart because it's classed as a weapon skill, and you need to use naturally occurring buffs, so things that are baked into your character's kit. So stuff like Body Hunt, where he's given that plus 30% attack, is going to be useful in later content further down the road. So moving on, we're going to talk about Ban's magic spells. Ban has something that I do not like. I'll talk about it in a second. I've mentioned it before, and with summonable characters, I just don't like this. So straight off the bat, he has at level 4, he has got speed up, weapon mastery 4. At weapon mastery 9, he's got Braveheart. At weapon mastery 15, he has shield. At weapon mastery 22, unfortunately, he has mega speed up, which means he can't have Braveheart in that slot, and mega Braveheart rolls on to be weapon mastery 30, with weapon mastery 40 being used as mega shield. Now, I do like his spells. I am a fan of his spell kit, and I think he does have some good options there. Mega shield can be useful, mega speed up can be useful, and obviously mega Braveheart can be useful. I'm not a massive fan of characters who have mega Braveheart above level 22 if they are summonable. But I guess something's got to give, because you need to be able to fit mega speed up somewhere. So yeah, I mean, Ban does have quite a diverse lineup of magical spells. It's just unfortunate that mega Braveheart is a level 30 unlock. The good news is, as we progress in this game, weapon mastery is going to be easier to get, as the innocents that help you build up weapon mastery become a bit more easy to get. We start to get better statues that can help you raise weapon mastery. So further down the line, it won't be so much of an issue. But right now, it's a bit of a kick in the stones. But that is Ban in a nutshell. I do like Ban. I do think he's better than Elizabeth, and I am looking forward to filling him out on my squad. You will notice a recurring theme with these summonable 7 Deadly Sins characters. Even though none of them share the same weapon mastery, because of the way that the leader skills work, where someone will buff speed, someone will buff attack and defense, someone will buff HP and int, etc. When you add that all together, they give each other a big buff across the board to their base stats. So characters can be quite good, and they can synergize reasonably well in a team together, which is obviously quite important when you're talking about the 7 Deadly Sins. But anyway, that's basically it for this one, for Ban. On the next video, we're going to be talking about Diane. So if you haven't already, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below, do all of that good stuff. Let me know if you are interested in Ban. And as always, dudes, I will catch you on the next Disgaearpg video. Peace.